Board of Education members, administration, Wagener-Salley faculty, staff, parents, family, friends, and fellow students. I'd like to welcome you to 2019 graduation ceremony of Wagener-Salley High School. Our class would like to thank you for your support in making this day possible and for your presence here today. Your sacrifices have not gone unnoticed. While it has been a journey for the class of 2019, let us not forget that first day in kindergarten in 2006, where it all began, with our small backpacks filled with supplies and our families holding our tiny hands. You have encouraged us to look ahead to this day that we will always remember. So as we embark on a new journey, I'd like to reflect on the words of a poem by Robert Frost. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you again for joining the graduation ceremony for the class of 2019.
Good afternoon. My name is Chris Earl, and I am principal of Wagener-Salley High School. It is my honor in recognizing our special guests that are on stage with us this afternoon. If you could please wave your hand so you can be acknowledged through our crowd. Chief Officers, Dr. Sean Foster, Chief of Operations, Ms. Jenny Glover, Officer of Instruction, Chief Officer of Finance, Mr. Trey Traxler, Chief Officer of Administration, Mr. King Lawrence, also our Executive Directors, Elementary, Ms. Julie Revel, Dr. Mindy Tucker, at the middle school level, Ms. Phyllis Gamble, at the high school level, Mr. Alvin Presley, also our Director of Special Ed, Ms. Cassie Cagle, our Aiken County School Board members, I want to also recognize them, Mr. Tad Barber, Ms. Rosemary English, Mr. Barry Moulton, Ms. Sandra Shealy, Mr. Jason Crane, Mr. Keith Liner, Board Chairman, also Mr. Ahmed Samahi, and Mr. Brian Silas, and Mr. Dwight Smith, our Vice Chairman. Please join me and give them a round of applause. We do ask that you remain standing for the posting of our colors by Wagener-Salley High School JROTC play, and also remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance after that. Thank you.
I'm Jason Alger, and I'm the senior class president. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Please be seated. Thank you, Mrs. Corley. That was amazing. Congratulations to our graduates and all who have come here today to share in their love, joy, and support for this year's graduating class from Wagener-Salley High School. We couldn't be more excited to see you walk across the stage in just a few minutes. Graduation is an important milestone in the lives of our students, and we couldn't be more thrilled to have your presence here today. We wanted to share our appreciation to all of our sponsors who are recognized in the program, but to pay particular celebration to our presenting sponsor, Rhodes Graduation Services, and platinum sponsors, Bridgestone and Aiken Works. Thank you all so much, and congratulations to the class of 2019.
Good evening, board members, faculty and staff, family and friends, and the reason we're all here, the class of 2019. My name is Destiny Johnson, and I am honored to stand before you as the class of 2019's Salutatorian. I'd like to first take a moment to thank some people who have shaped my life. First and foremost, I thank the man up above, because without him, none of us would be here today. Secondly, I express my gratitude to my biggest fans, my family. No matter what the circumstances have been, you have always been there for me and have supported me in ways I never thought possible. To my teachers and coaches, I appreciate the knowledge and good work ethic you have instilled in me through the years. To the class of 2019, I am thankful for friendships we have developed, and I am forever indebted to you for all the memories we have shared. As I thought of the message I wanted to share today, the one thing that kept coming to mind was family. According to Urban Dictionary, real family is defined as a bondage that cannot be broken by any means. This was the definition I thought would fit us. So, how did we get here? It seems like just yesterday we were starting kindergarten as strangers, and now look at us, a family, graduating and going our separate ways. Over these 13, 14 years, we have gained some new faces and sadly lost some. But through it all, we have come together as one big dysfunctional family. Take a second and think about what life will be like for us next year. You got it? Where do you see yourself going from here? Some of us will be heading into the workforce and military, while others will be heading to college. From this point on, we will be starting over. Or as I like to put it, we will be beginning a new chapter of our lives. We won't have that familiarity that we've had all of our lives with each other. Look around you. Those people that are seated next to you won't be there to talk with and support you through your everyday lives. In our hearts, we know our family's love and support for each other isn't going anywhere. In reality, though, we are moving on and starting our adult lives. While our classmates have helped shape our lives, our academic achievements and successes are the reasons we are seated here today. Your drive and determination will carry you to whatever endeavors you choose to pursue. Henceforth, we will each take different paths in achieving our goals and dreams. Always remember that no matter where your path leads you, you have a purpose. Over the years at Wagener-Salley, there have been times we felt lost and other times like we have belonged. As Mark Twain said, the two most important days in your life are the days you were born and the day you find out why. We aren't going to find our purpose just like that, especially in high school. We have to first face different trials in order to succeed. The hardships we've experienced as individuals and a class have helped us to choose the paths we want to walk down. Those are the experiences that have made us who we are, family. Our greatest hardship has been doubt. When you don't believe in yourself, you find it more difficult to succeed. As you move forward, know that you can do anything you put your mind to. Let me say that again. Know that you can do anything you put your mind to. Know that if you dream it, you can achieve it. Family, like branches on a tree, we all grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one. It's time to branch out. It's time to soar like the war eagles we are. After today, we are officially alumni. In the words of Winnie the Pooh, How lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard? To the class of 2019, as we leave here today, the sky is the limit. Go out and find your purpose.
Ladies, gentlemen, fellow graduates, and guests, I'm extremely humbled to stand before you here today as the valedictorian of Wagener-Salley High School. This is something I've chased for so long, and to finally obtain it, it truly feels like a career-long goal of mine. But I would be remiss if I didn't give some thanks. First and foremost, I know without my God, none of this would be possible. But of course, as well, to my mom and daddy. I could say sometimes it seemed as if this would never happen, but in reality, that was never an outlook. You always trusted that no matter what it was, I would always accomplish my task. The greatest thing I feel you have ever given me besides my unconditional love is the self-confidence to believe I can do anything. And no matter what decision I make, if I feel it is right, then the opinions of others are relevant. You love me more than I think any biological connection could ever facilitate. And I never once doubted where my true support was. Anyone who knows us knows that, Daddy, you're going to be hurting, and so will I come August 17th. Because we won't be able to rewatch football games, discuss recruiting, or go see grandma together. And frankly, I'll be without my first bro. To Mama, I've got to say, I'm a little jealous. You stole my thunder. You were the first person elected to public office in the family. But I couldn't be more proud of you, and I thank you for the many sacrifices you've made for me. It takes a village to raise a kid, and my entire family remains part of who I am today. Each pillar upholding a part of who I am and who I want to be. Mamie and Eddie, you always promised if there was anything I ever needed, you were only one call away. Jake and Rachel, you guys were the absolute coolest kids I knew growing up, and you were still my lifelong companions. To my late grandfather, who I hope knows that I'm well on my way to being the man and the change he knew I could be. And when I passed my first legislation, it's for him. And to my grandma, who is everything from my personal tailor to Sunday chef, but most importantly, one of my best friends. And also the person who's taught me how to be 30 minutes early for a doctor's appointment. But alas, today's much bigger than me. We're gathered here today not only in celebration of the great achievements by the class of 2019, but also to reflect on the process that has forged the people seated before us here today. Our lifelong journeys thus far have produced many ups and downs along the way, but each experience added our knowledge for the future. As I began formulating my address, I wanted to ensure that I did so in a way that paid tribute not just to my experience, but my friends and the classes that came before us. So often the purpose of this speech gets transformed into a personal memoir or a lecture for the future. But while I think I speak for everyone here today when I say, I have no idea what's in store for our future. And as Bruce Hornsby once put it, that's just the way it is. We have the rest of our lives to attack the future and put forth our best efforts. This, however, is our only high school graduation. This is the last time we can truly come together as a community and celebrate the high school that has had so much impact on us, and we will always carry it no matter where we go. So I say to you, let's celebrate the great class we are, an even better environment that is Wagener-Salley, because we're unlike any other group who would take these seats this weekend. Our story is unified and is truly what sets us apart. For most of us, we have remained loyal not only to Wagener-Salley, but Cyril B. Busby and A.O. Corbett as well. There are those who try to relate or recreate our experience, but it simply cannot be done unless you grew up and stayed here together as one. It's not hard to find friendships at other locations that go back to 5K, but it almost doesn't count for this group as all we've known. We've shared the greatest and saddest moments together. As family, we've experienced the innocent joy of elementary school, the awkward development of middle school, and the maturation process that is high school. This was more than just making memories and growing up together. We were being built for truly something greater. And throughout our early education, we did become family. To greet the opportunities of our early adulthood, we had to first understand the power in which we all hold. And when we join forces, we are truly unstoppable. I credit this not only to ourselves for seeing the good in each other, but also our educators who saw the best within us and refined it so we could be our very best. But little did we know that in August of 2015, our chance would come whether we were ready or not. So often the message conveyed is how we are going to change, almost as if it's a one-sided transformation that we have no say in. However, I would like to think of high school as a relationship. I don't mean the 3-month underclassmen kind either. It's a truly mature one now, but it's almost one that started off so simple and required nothing but understanding, patience, and just a little bit of hope. As eager young freshmen, we had the honeymoon phase. We couldn't get over the thrill of new opportunities and the activities that were open to us, from being out at a fun meeting or having those overnight field trips. It was a simple concept at the beginning because all we had to do was get mom to drop us off and we were ready for another day. I was once told by a senior from the class of 2018 how we were the future, how our group was going to have so much change and they didn't know what to expect. At the time, I didn't know what to make of these comments, but now I know, looking back, it was the highest form of praise. Other people could see the unique passion we began cultivating for our school, even though we had no new true point of influence yet. It was this same energy that let us take the next step as we moved out of the depths of freshman year and headed towards our future. Over the next 2 years, we encountered the true test of our relationship. As cars, jobs, and all kinds of responsibilities came, so did the choices we had to make. What ultimately distinguished us and allowed us to become one with our school was the thematic choice to have a cause greater than ourselves. It's easy to be motivated because we all want to work towards some sort of goal that betters ourselves. However, when it's a group of people, a body of friends, a true family, all working towards the better their school, that's when progress blossoms and the greatest memories are forged. From taking on that extra leadership role in your organization, or carpooling members of your team to practice, or just simply affecting the culture in such a way that it goes beyond yourself, were some of the many ways we did our part. Just as it should, these actions and our leadership did not go unnoticed. Soon we all began to take our rightful place at the top. One of my fondest moments came watching those who I truly respect receive their due credit for the hard work and they're doing things the right way. How lucky am I to have watched one of my friends be named the Salutatorian, to see one of my best friends score highest individual in the SAE tractor driving competition, to see one of my friends sign and play athletics at the next level, and soon to see one of my best friends become a state agricultural officer. These rewards did not happen overnight, and so many sacrifices were made that others won't understand. However, the time flew by and we found ourselves wanting to relish in those sweet moments. But still, the years turned into days and those consistent habits turned into a countdown clock. It's almost a rule that when senior year begins, your weekly routine must include some form of recognition. But these honors and gratification from all these events were never what it was about for us. Our change never required any gratification or any praise. What also comes with the experience is our reflection, not only looking at the effort we have put forth, but the joys we were given. It was always about the input for us, never about the output. And I found myself having this culminate in such a fitting way. On my last day, I stayed while we had some time left right before the bell rang, and I stared outside the ag window. I looked out onto the open parking lot, and at any moment it would be flooded by buses and students. As the seconds stripped away, I waited for the bell, hoping that it would never ring. Instead of time seemingly to slow down, it sped up, and I was the one who tried to push it back, even if only for a few seconds. Like always, the bell rang, and I stood there and watched for the last time the interaction that I had seen from so many angles over my last 4 years. Once it was over, I marched to my vehicle, parked in front of the school. Upon arrival, I again stopped. This time, I was just waiting for nothing, just taking it all in, viewing the high mid-afternoon sun beat down on the brick-shelled building, accented with our freshly cut grass. It was in that moment I thought back on our relationship and everything we had shared. The first day in physical science, learning lab safety protocols, going on Lizard Point and memorizing the state and world capitals, learning the most random phrases in Spanish just to improperly use them, developing an unusual obsession for the Golgi apparatus, and meditating before the start of class right after lunch, and always learning how to follow the dollar in order to truly grasp thematic U.S. history. For these and so many reasons, I just had to say thank you, not only for the education, but the experience in giving me my best friends, mentors, and a place to call home. I realized this relationship was more than just about me. I ran my eyes from end to end of the campus, acknowledging every little detail. The paintings on the ceilings, filled with artwork from generations before us, the most beautiful red wooden lockers with grooves untouched from the days of my grandfather. I could almost feel the thanks being returned, but it was a humble thank you from one friend to another, just appreciative of the time and effort we had given her. It may not always be easy, but this relationship we shared was beautiful, and it's something we'll never know again. It's a bond formed that no matter where we go, it will always lead us home. We loved it, and it loved us, and that's never going to change. So, No matter where we each go and what task we take on, never forget the job well done. Look back and let these 4 years be an example of how you can take something good and make it great. The change we've made won't be seen by the juniors or maybe even the sophomores. Rather, it would be seen by those in the audience who are about to enter high school. Those groups behind us will not know Wagener-Salley as anything other than a winner, nothing other than a home to a state champion, nothing other than a home to academically talented students, nothing other than a place filled with dedicated people who are dedicated to bettering their community and instilling change. But most importantly, nothing other than what it should be. I thank you for your time, and again, congratulations to the class of 2019.
Dr. Alford, administration, faculty, parents, and class of 2019 of Wagener-Salley High, it's an honor and a privilege for me to stand here today to celebrate this milestone with you. I've been fortunate and blessed to know these individuals for the past 13 years and watch you grow into the amazing young men and women that you are today. Some of you are even the second and third generation to graduate from Wagener-Salley High in your family. In class of 2019, I have no doubt that you're ready to take on the world and that you'll accomplish great things. I feel confident that our future is in great hands with you. Although I want you to remember your high school career with the fondness as you think about the lifelong friends you've made and the experiences that you've shared with your classmates, from the tough classes that you've excelled in to the region and state championships that you've won at Wagener-Salley High. I also want you to look ahead to the future and the excitement that it holds. You hold the key to your success. And as you move into this next chapter in your life, do it with excitement, with confidence, and boldness. This isn't the end, it's just the beginning of an incredible future. Today, I want to share a few things with you that I've found helpful through my life, and I hope you will too. First, I want to say, stay grounded. Remember where you came from and the people that have encouraged and guided you along the way. Be proud to say that you're a graduate of Wagener-Salley High School and that you've grown up in a community that's given you their unfailing love and support. Your family, friends, and community and school have all given you a firm foundation to build the successful life that you all deserve. Next, always strive to do your best in everything you do, no matter how big or how small the task may be. This may not always be easy, but continue to do your best and don't be afraid of failure. We learn, we grow, and become stronger, better, and wiser during those times. Our greatest successes can come from those biggest failures. When you do your very best, you can be proud and others will take notice. I saw a quote on the wall of the indoor practice facility at Clemson University that says, "Do common things in an uncommon way, and the world will take notice." Another thing that's helpful to remember in life is to do the right thing, even when no one else is watching. You'll have a peace and a joy within you, and you'll gain the respect of others. That is true character and integrity. Lastly, as you're deciding on a career path, find something that you're passionate about and pursue it. When you're doing something that you're passionate about, you'll enjoy it and exceed in whatever it is. I want to share an acrostic for the word success, and I hope that you'll remember these words and apply them as you go through your next chapter in life. S, say yes until you believe it. U, uncover your talents. C, choose to be your own person. Be a leader, not a follower. C, create new paths to follow. E, explore the possibilities. S, stand up for what you believe in. And S, share your gifts with the world. This year, the school district has launched a campaign called Affect the Culture and has posted pictures and notifications about the great things happening in the school district on social media. You can affect the culture as you go forward in your life and be a positive influence. I'm looking to great things ahead from you all. In closing, I want to leave you with a quote from a dear family friend of ours. As you sail in the sea of ambition, may you be anchored in the harbor of success. Wagener-Salley class of 2019, dream big, shine brightly, and best wishes in everything you do. God bless you.
Well, good afternoon. Our graduates will pursue many thoughtful and exciting careers and opportunities when they leave us. But I would like for you all to join me as we recognize those who have made a courageous decision to serve our nation and the United States military. I'm going to ask for our students, those who have made a commitment to serve, if you would please stand. We appreciate your commitment, your courage. Our thoughts and prayers are with you for your safety and your family as well. There's a reason why we call this event commencement. This is not the end of your learning. This is not the end of your opportunity. This is the beginning. You have so much more to do and so many more things to accomplish. And I just want to stand here today to let you know that we are excited to support those dreams and those efforts as well. Because to us, you will always be a war eagle. You will always be a war eagle. And you will always be a member of our Aiken County Public School District family. So if there's anything that we can ever do for you, please don't hesitate to call on us. We're here for you. I would like to say in closing, good luck, class of 2019. Live well, work hard, stand strong. Thank you.
To the Wagener-Salley High School graduating class of 2019. Over the past few weeks, we've had plenty of celebrations recognizing you all for your accomplishments. Those of you that are going to college, various other awards, and we also had a little fun on the baseball field, playing and getting wet during the barbecue with Ms. Shackelford and everybody. I hope this has really truly been an exciting time of year for you, because it should be. All these things that we have done over the past few weeks are leading up to this moment. Whether you realize it or not, over the past 12 or 13 years, you woke up almost every Monday through Friday, got dressed, and you went to school. You sat in class, answered questions, you asked questions, you participated. Some of you may have been a little disruptive here and there during class time. And you completed tests. But you did all these things and hard work in preparation for today for you to be recognized. I'm sure along the way that you had some obstacles to face. There were some days you came to school, you did not feel very well. There may have been some days that you did an assignment and left it at home. Only find out some days you came to do some assignments and it was the wrong thing to do. These are small examples of things that you will continue to face in what we call life. There are going to be times when you do your best and it's not always going to be good enough. But even in those times, there's a lesson to be learned. It could be that there was a task you were trying to complete, and while you're trying to complete it, you didn't do as well, but you realized, no, next time I got to try a little bit harder. It could be something you were trying to do, and in the middle of it, you said, hey, this is not for me. I want to try something different. No matter what the lesson you learn, you always have to remember that you cannot quit, whatever the situation or the circumstance is. The majority of your life is not going to be composed of things that you get to dictate or you're in control of, but how you react to those circumstances that you've been placed in front of you. If someone says something to you inappropriate, how are you going to respond? Or better yet, if somebody does something to you, what is going to be your reaction? Will you make a decision in the heat of the moment, or will you sit back, think, and try to make a wise decision? This kind of leads me to a story I think about. I used to read called The Story of the Butterfly. It goes, there was a gentleman sitting down at lunchtime one time on the bench, and he noticed a cocoon that a butterfly was in. He noticed there was a tiny hole in the cocoon, but he saw the butterfly working, trying to get itself out. After a while, it appeared that the butterfly got a little tired, so it stopped. So the gentleman, thinking he was going to help the situation out, pulled out a pair of scissors and cut the cocoon open. He was excited, thinking he was doing a good deed to help the butterfly out. So when the butterfly got out, but he realized that the body on the butterfly was very large, but the wings are very small. What he did not do in his haste trying to help out the butterfly, he actually did something that hurt. See, the butterfly, when it was working to get out of the cocoon, it was moving around trying to get the nutrients into his wings, so when it was time for it to come out of the cocoon, it could fly. But what happened was all the nutrients stayed in the butterfly's body, so the wings came out distorted, small, and so the butterfly was going to have to crawl the rest of his life. I say that to you to say this, to you students, there are going to be times you'll struggle. Don't always wait for somebody to come pull you up or pull you out. You have to work through it, and you cannot quit. Parents, I want to say this to you, because I know a lot of you, your babies are leaving the house. You don't want to see them leave. But it's okay for your children to struggle a little bit, to work a little harder. That's only going to build their character and build them to be better human beings and members of society later on in life. So we're in closing class of 2019. I hope that you heard a consistent message today, and that is do not quit. Chase your dreams. Do not let anyone tell you it's too late or it's not enough, because there are plenty of stories of those who have overcome. And I know with you, class of 2019, you can do those things. I'm proud of you. You don't realize over the last 3 quarters, you all have led the charge in our honor roll, star roll students. We have roughly 30% of our students each quarter make honor roll, star roll. That's about 1 in every 3 students. You've also led the charge in athletics. 6 out of 9 region championships we won this year. Those are things to be commended. So you set a high bar for all the class to come behind you, and I encourage you to continue to set that high bar once you leave Wagener-Salley High School. In closing, once again, I thank you all for the time I've had. I've only been with you all for 1 year, but you have set a good tone for our future class to come in behind you. Congratulations today on your special day, and I just want to say thank you all for all you've done, class of 2019. At this time, if all school and district personnel can move so we can prepare for the awarding of our diplomas.
Flowers. Jack of all trades. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Wagener-Salley class of 2019. Taylor Lauren Adams,
Jason Bradley Alger, Seth Patrick Alger, Caitlin Nicole Allen, Candace Desiree Amaker, Larry Leroy Baker, Quintez Lamar Barnes, Jadavius Marquise Barrett, Jacob Allen Billings, Rachel Lee Burnett, Davon Trinell Brabham, Cooper Eli Brown, Malachi Nathaniel Burgess, William Carson Corbett, Kiara Sharon Corley, Mandasia Janae Cunningham, Josh Quavius Elmari Davis, Jennifer Lynn Daughtry, Dylan Skylar Douglas, Courtney Danielle Ellison, Robert Dalton Fields, Levi Darren Ford, Quinshawn Jaquil Friday, Kayla Elaine Gallup, Marcus Johnny Glover, Macy Lauren Grantham, Cameron Keeson Gunter, Bryson Henry Holt, stand up. Brittany Bo Howard, Zykeria Shanard LaShawnell Howell, Tyler Allen Honeycutt, Bonnie Louise Hutto, Andrea Nicole James, Shamik Antone James, Arlexia Shania Jenkins, Destiny Jordan Johnson, Nigella Chantel Johnson, Stephen Dallas Johnson, Connor Wayne Jumper, Denzel Jacoby Kitching, Mason Anthony Klemick, Rod James Landy, Jesse Belton Lester, Abigail Marie Locklear, Taylor Elise Love, Kadrin Portia Patrice Merriweather, Christian Alexander Miles, Gage Philman Neely. Ronald Zachary Newman. Tristan Thomas Nisbet. Shania Nafrasia Marie Parker. Anastasia Hope Pless. Heath Charles Prokop. Jonathan Wade Rabin. Lanique Nicole Sade Robinson. Zanavia Adriana Robinson. Susan Marie Ross. Bryson Alexander Sheely. Nyasia Nichelle Staley. Jonathan Alexander Tanner. Angel Danielle Thompson. Keandrick Jabre Tyler. Abel Valdavia Mandela. Jalaciana Zebrel Williams. Michael Lloyd Williams. Zaria Haley Young.
Okay, class of 2019, at this time, would you please take your tassels and turn them from right to left. Next, if we could have everyone please stand, what we're going to have is Miss Ashley Corley. She's going to lead us in our alma mater. At the conclusion of our alma mater, we do ask that you please remain standing for the retiring of the colors.
We are blessed with stately grandeur, won by thoughts sublime. For our Mother reigneth in our land inclined. Dear Wagner, let us rally with our men in mind, and our vaunted power of greatness rests supreme by right.